Welcome back to our Kingdom Ambassadors Global episode. It's been a minute since we have posted any content. Of course, welcome back. Thank you so much for your time. In fact, I know that you could have been otherwise busy minded, but you are here. You're watching this right now, and I'm grateful. We are all grateful. So I do hope that you have watched our previous video, a recent video, on the title of the value of information, and also the value of honor. You can go ahead and check that out, and I'm sure that you'll get some good nuggets from that. However, I want to share with you something special, a piece that has been written by myself in a time of just reflection and pondering on life. I think we all have this time in our lives where we question ourselves and we say, okay, what is the next step? What we're gonna do? Where am I now in life? What is gonna look like down the road, right? And stuff like that. Questions to ponder on. And within that moment of just reflection, I just thought to just write something. Now, I'm gonna share with you the raw, unedited version of this piece. It is supposed to be published within the Freedom Come Rain newspaper. If you don't know about them, of course, you can listen to TBC Radio 88.5, 88.9 FM. And of course, you can get further information on these newspapers, which are distributed island-wide. So, I'm going to share with you this piece. We're going to talk about it a little bit. And of course, I'm hoping that for whatever this piece has to offer, it resonates with you in any capacity. So let's get into it, right? So of course, written this on behalf of Kingdom Ambassadors, and of course it's written by Daniel Dodd, yours truly. Let's go. So it says, most people often question themselves about where they are going, what is expected of them, and who they are. Most times, life is like a race, running through a maze to reach the finish line to beat time. Yet, we wonder and question the essence of life. At the end of our ambitions and dreams, we are nothing but dust, like sand along the shore. How then do we figure out the value of our lives when we are often plagued with life's turmoil, whether dealing with death, wars, famine, violence, governments, bills that we have to pay, and all the other vices they are? It is like we're distracted by the unnecessary. I must admit that it is difficult to focus on God and deal with the vicissitudes of life. Yes, times are getting harder and harder. And though you may worship, pray, and fast, it is as if things remain the same. Being a follower of Christ is not easy. Though we may have grace and the gift of salvation, we are often still subjected to the laws of life. Navigating through them all can sometimes be a difficult task, especially in circumstances beyond your control. How do you feel knowing that you are greatly ill and there's nothing you can do about it? The book of Job gives a great example of having your blessings taken away in a moment. How wretched we really are. Who else can rescue us from this body that is subjected to death? Yet we are giving a sense of hope. Through Christ, the earth can still be conquered, despite not lording over all circumstances. We are always reminded that there is an entity that orchestrates destinies and the lives of people. In fact, if we are honest with ourselves, truly honest with ourselves, sometimes we seldom pay attention to the hand behind it all. We spend a lot of time labeling ourselves to find identity and purpose, whether through an occupation, ethnicity, or our own ideology. Yet it is all folly. Our pride makes us think we know all about ourselves, but we know so little. Filled with confusion and lack of direction, we often find solace in one another to mend parts of ourselves that only God can mend. It is often said that to discover the purpose of something, never ask the creation, ask the Creator. Who knows the meaning of the artistry of a canvas than the artist himself? You're fearfully and wonderfully made. You never decide on your own to be alive, yet you are here. Who are you to define your purpose? Who are you to live as you choose? Who are you not to have gratitude for the one who gives life to all? We look for our own fulfillment, but seldom we are satisfied. And so we're often reminded that not every purpose is known to us because we have lost our understanding of God's original intent for us. We are all mirrors, and we have the will to choose what we reflect. A beautiful choice we have, yet to use wrongly becomes destructive. The question lies, who are we? The question lies, who are we mirroring? In the book of Genesis, we're told we are made in the image of God. Logically, it would be safe to say that when God looks at us, He sees Himself. But in this era, we tend to reflect something else. Blessed are we, for we are redeemed to have the opportunity to reflect the image of our Creator. It is so sad that we fail to take the first step to renounce our own pursuits. It is always good to expect the unexpected and hope for the best. It is through hope that faith is built, the driving force that causes us to beat the odds life presents to us. Yet be reminded that we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the exceeding greatness of the power is from God and not from ourselves. We are pressed on every side, yet not straitened, perplexed, yet not despaired, pursued, yet not forsaken, smitten down, yet not destroyed. We can never dictate what life gives us, but we can always control how we respond. You have a duty, a mandate, a calling, and gifts that are needed to meet the need of something else in creation. And God is just waiting on you, yes you, to take the first step. Shalom, shalom. May His perfect peace be with you. So that's the entire excerpt of the article entitled "The Value of You." Of course, it's an article of reflection on self, on life, on your Creator, for why you are here and doing what you are doing in this current moment. I wrote this piece to serve as a reminder to persons that we should just wake up, because we get so distracted. We get heavily distracted on what's around us than being focused on the one thing that we're set out to do. But the problem is with most people is that knowing what that one thing is. And so we find ourselves being that busy bee going all around and trying to find that one thing, and sometimes neglecting God in the process. And even with looking at God, we're still like busy bees going around finding that one thing. Sometimes it's best to just slow down. It's just sad that looking at ourselves and looking at creation itself, it baffles me that we find it so hard to live life, but the natural creatures of the other kingdoms, they just instinctively do what they're supposed to do, and we find it so hard, and we make life so complex and such a hard thing to navigate. And I'm not saying this because my life is all straightened out and well, but it's a question to ponder if most often times that we complicate things. Most often times we don't really sit and think, what is out there for us? What is it that I am here for? I don't think that we often question ourselves where that is concerned, and we do the same things over and over and over, and it forms a cycle of insanity. So my encouragement to you is take the time out, like a good friend would encourage me, take the time out to do quality time, quiet time, no matter if quiet time, and think and lay your plans out before God. In Proverbs 16:3 it says, present your plans before Him, right? And He will basically establish your plans. You won't always have the original intent of the mind of the Creator at all times, but if you give Him something to work with, I am sure that He will work on whatever you have given Him. You know? So that's my encouragement to you. I do hope this helps you in any form, in any way. Blessings to you, blessings to your family. Shalom, shalom. End this year strong. Don't be a wimp. And of course, stay in prayer.